Okay, so I don't know how long this is going to be. I just finished the third season of That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime. It is on Crunchyroll. So, I mean, I also finished the OVAs, which are supposed to take place between the first and second season, which are the teacher ones, which are also on Crunchyroll, obviously. It's in its own like separate section. So just go to the slime, and then it'll show you like season 1, 2, the movies, which I haven't seen yet, and then some of the OVAs. I watched that was hilarious. I mean, I've never seen like bits and pieces from it, but like I sat down and watched that. Anyways, yeah, the third season picks up where the second season ends. You know, he's saved the kids. He's a demon lord now, and yeah, basically it continues from there, and it focuses more on the development of Tempest, you know, meeting more species, races, getting more politically involved with other nations. In the second season, we do get a little bit of information about the, was it Thalian? It's like the Sorcerer's Dynasty or whatever. And, yeah, we get more of that. And it's mostly like development of Tempest, finishing things off with Hinata and the church. Learning more about, you know, what happened, and the other demon lords. Obviously, more alliances are formed, more enemies are made. It's what you'd expect from another season of a show. So, Rimuru. Of course, we have some badass scenes. We have some silly moments. We get more characters, more character development. Gobda still Gobda. And it actually got a couple laughs at me. I especially love the joke that they just fucking went for. I'm spoiling things. So Tempest. Okay, so we know that Yuki, because we have seen at the time Rimuru and Tempest, that they do not know this, that Yuki has been conspiring with Clayman and the moderate Harlequin Alliance. So Lapis, Footman, Tyr, Clayman, and a former demon lord, Kazalim, who is now Kagali. And I mean, we do get to see like the other demon lords, but mostly it still focuses on like we see Milliam and Carrion. We see a little bit more of Frey. Guy fucked off somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. Leon fucked off somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. And then we don't see anything about Dino. So we get like a mention of Daggerel, who is the giant. We get him. So it's mostly we'll see Romulus, Milliam, Rimuru, and Luminous Valentine. Or as you would remember, the chick that disguised herself as a maid. I don't know who the fuck she was fooling and why, because she wasn't fooling no one. Like, they don't even hide it. Like, even in the second season, Rimuru looks over and, you know, it's like Valentine, the demon lord, Valentine comes in. And then you see a shot of her in her maid's uniform, and he's just like she's not hiding her magical density or anything, so it's pretty fucking obvious. She's probably stronger than him. Like, she's literally giving it off. Like, she's not hiding that shit. Like, she forgot to turn it off or something. Like, kind of like the first season, where like Rimuru, after like absorbing Veldora or whatever, is like walking through the forest of Jura, and he encounters the goblins, and he realizes, oh shit, I'm leaking aura. So I don't know if she just didn't occur to her or what. But yeah, so we do see her. As for like the others, yeah, I don't really think Leon. Dino's not mentioned. Leon. Right, so it's the 8. So we have Rimuru, Remorous, Ramirez, how do you pronounce her name? Milliam, Carrion, Frey, wait, yeah, Rimuru, Carrion, Frey, Milliam, Ramirez. So Dino is brief, or Dino fucks off around where he is. Leon, no idea where he is. Wait, why am I? Oh god, I'm so done. Okay, down. Like, wait, the numbers aren't adding up. Because Carrion and Frey are now serving Milliam. They stepped down as demon lords, so they're no longer the 10 great Rimuru. They were the 10 great demon lords. That wasn't counting Rimuru yet. So that was 10 at the when Walpurgis. How do you fucking pronounce that? God damn it. I can pronounce it in my head. Apparently I can't do it audibly. And then so Clayman died. Frey and Carrion decided to follow Milliam, so they're no longer demon lords. So it would be miscounting as I was saying. So it's Rimuru, Milliam, Ramirez, Dino, Dagril, Guy, Leon, apparently I need pictures because my brain is like not mathing the math anyway. So yeah, you don't really they're not like Dagger was mentioned only because like his kids show up, but we don't really see him. We meet his kids, and obviously, you know, we have Ramirez and Milliam who stay and live in Tempest, and you know, so yeah, so the only like new demon lord we're really exposed to is Valentine, and it's fun. We get a little bit more about why she hates Valdora. Basically, the place he destroyed that they're talking about the first season was her fucking city. So they have a hate relationship. And he's actually kind of the one that like revealed it was her. Where he's like, oh, his Luminous, there's the dude, and she's like, son of a bitch. So yeah, she doesn't like him. It's still pretty fucking obvious she hates him. Anyway, yeah, so we finish with Hinata in the church, and then we do a little bit of, you know, Rimuru and how Tempest is evolving, how like things are now affecting the Forest of Jura and Tempest as he is a demon lord now. So before he became the chancellor of the Forest of Jura, right? Well, now since he's a demon lord, he officially has ownership, it seems like, of the entire area of the Forest of Jura. And he's only built on one side, so the other side is now affected in that since he has ownership, anyone living there now, any resources now, essentially they can't take those resources because they belong to Rimuru. So other species who we haven't seen are now coming to meet him because he's doing like an opening festival to welcome like new residents and, you know, show off Tempest's technology, hopefully get more partners, get more money flowing, essentially opening it up to the world. And so a good chunk is, like I said, of like Rimuru doing that, and then like the festival, and then a brief episode after the festival. And of course, yes, there are some recap episodes. There are 2 recap episodes where you have kind of like how there's a recap episode in the first season as well, where we have Veldora's journal, we have Diablo, and we have one for Rimuru, Luminous, sorry, as well. And it's basically just like recapping everything that's happened previously on screen with text dialogue, essentially, of their thoughts on what's going on. Otherwise, they're kind of just recap episodes. On Crunchyroll, they are displayed as 0.5. So whatever the episode number is, in this case, it would be like episode 48.5. I think it's like episode 60 something 0.5. Those are the recap ones. So you don't need to watch them, but it's just kind of fun to like. I think they're better than most recap episodes because at least, like, while everything is happening on screen, you're not. It's visually everything is happening over again, but like you actually have the dialogue that is different, commenting on their thoughts or what, that kind of thing. So there is some newness to it. You don't necessarily have to, but I find it less annoying than other recap episodes from other anime because like at least something new is happening. I'm not a fan of recap episodes. I don't like them, but yeah. So we get 26 episodes, third season. It does end off with a to be continued, and there are rumors. I think there was an actual trailer, I can't remember, announcing that there will be a fourth season, and it's speculated it'll be 2026. But again, that's just, there was like a trailer and like I don't know if it's officially confirmed or anything. But yes, I can't wait for that. And yeah, as I was saying, and then I got very, very distracted. So yeah, this is pretty much all spoiler stuff now, I guess. Not that I really ended the first half of the spoiler, but so we get introduced to a character. I was talking about Yuki. That's why obviously we know, and now that yeah, Yuki Kagurazaka, he's the guild master and was one of Shion's disciples, is essentially doing shady bullshit behind the scenes, and yeah, he was working with Clayman and the Hanukkah Alliance, who are basically enemies. And so yeah, he kind of sends someone Rimuru's way. He's been like kind of getting in, not like going after him like officially, but kind of like setting things. Like he set into motion the Eastern merchants who told Hinata that Rimuru killed Shizu. So he's doing like that backhanded bullshit and kind of like sending things his way without getting his hands dirty, essentially. And I'm pretty sure he's also using the Harlequin Alliance. I don't think he's like, oh, we're best friends. Like, I think he's like everyone else, just fucking using them. I think, personally. But, so yeah, so he like sends someone his way who, I kind of like it and hate it at the same time because it's stupid, but it's like the good kind of stupid. So, in this world you get skills, and obviously we know there are summons. Well, we know Hinata was summoned, we know Shizu was summoned, we know Yuki was summoned, we know the kids were summoned, so we know all that. Rimuru is reincarnated. He's reincarnated, he is not summoned, so it's different. And, apparently there are other reincarnates too, because we do get, it's kind of like briefly mentioned that this person he's talking to, who's like a patisserie, was also reincarnated from their world. He ends up in like the festival arc, and you do see him like in the background, but like essentially it's he's just patisserie. Anyway, this sounds really rude, but what I mean is like he's not an integral character that I know of yet. I didn't show that in anime. He just kind of helped out Rimuru by being patisserie at the festival for like, yeah, like the official thing, like where the nobles and shit are. Anyway, so basically he handled like the stars, I think. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if he'll come into play later, but like, so he was mentioned. So that's all I know is so far it's been Rimuru, and then I think his name is Yoshida, yeah, he's like an older gentleman, and well, like middle age. But then again, Veldor does mention in the first season, in the first episode, that Rimuru came into this world in a very unusual way. It's not like he said, oh, it never happens. He said it's a very unusual way. So I think that's the only mention, is obviously Rimuru and then Yoshida. I don't think we've mentioned any other reincarnated people, at least. Like I said, I don't read the source material, so I don't know. But my door's open, so you're gonna hear people talking. But yeah, so they introduced another summon character, and his skill is so fucking stupid, but it has to be a riff, because they do talk about manga in this thing. They'll kind of like cut off the title, like they won't say the full name of so and so, and be like, oh, you're referring to that anime, okay. And it's pretty obvious Rimuru was really into manga. So is Yuki. He's gotten the kids into it, and he plans to like introduce more into the world. It's not happening yet, but he has said he is planning to get turn like Tempest by returning to help me God, Tempest into like a hub of manga and shit. Get that stuff over on this side. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's it, I guess. Anyway, so have to move my switch hands because my hand was like. So they introduce a summon character, and his name is Lightspeed Masayuki. And his power, it's so fucking stupid. It's called Chosen One. Now, any of you that are otaku like me probably already get the joke. So, the joke is, so some of my favorite isekai are the kind where like they're just kind of dropped there and they're OP, and it just kind of happens. His power is quite fucking literally that. It's not that he's super strong. It's not that he's super smart. It's literally. It kind of reminds me a lot of like, if you've seen the anime Konosuba, again, also on Crunchyroll. I was kind of about the first season, so I haven't watched any of the rest of it. I know there's like a fucking spin-off and there's another season and a fucking movie. I wasn't interested in, but yeah, basically he had like all his, the main character in that anime, I believe, it's been a while since I watched it, but basically all his stats were shit except his luck. That's basically what it is here. So it's Chosen One, and basically everything's going to fall into his favor. So a good example of this is during the just when they introduce him, Slayers, they send him, they've kind of like, okay, one of like the other races are like these elves that live in the forest, and like these two other races are having a battle. You know, like these horse ones and then like these fucking bull ones are fighting each other. Sorry, someone came out of the bathroom and it's like right next to my room, so I felt very awkward there. Just talking to myself. Yeah. So, where was I? But yeah, so these two races are fighting and it's affecting the elves. Essentially, their rivalry is kind of causing a problem where it's affecting the forest. So they go there, and we find out from them that some of the people that who left to like find work, find better jobs, because obviously shit's happening there that's affecting them, haven't come back, and that's when we're introduced that there's been slave trading going on, and the elves are most likely that's where they are. And so we learned that this organization is called Orthos, and that they have the power of about a small nation, and they're underground city motherfuckers, and they're into like the whole drugs, weapon, slave trade type thing. And so Yuki sends Masayuki, the one with the chosen skill, literally called the Chosen One. That's literally what the skill's called, or something like that. Sends him after it, and he goes to a party, and he's looking for the bathroom. To his companions, who kind of just, how they joined was stupid. Okay, so they're like eating or something. They're like, oh, he probably went to the bathroom, and then he, while looking for the bathroom, accidentally stumbles upon the nobles whose house he's in, who's throwing a party, handing over documents for the slave trade. And instead of like, it's not like he eavesdropped or anything. He literally just opened the door, and they were mid handing papers over. It's not like they were announcing, and not like there's slaves there where it was super obvious. It was literally just like handing papers. They could have just fucking lied and be like, oh no, you discovered us in the slave trade. And he didn't do anything. He just walked into a fucking room. It's not like he was like, heard some shit. He literally just opened a door. And they just blatantly admitted what they were doing wrong. As far as we know, this fucker can't fight. So luckily his friends show up right on time, because of course that's his fucking skill. It's ridiculous, his luck. Basically, he can like trip, fall, and like stick the landing. Is basically what his power is. There are traps, like booby traps he falls into, that just lead him to the next floor in the dungeon. Like literally. That's what's happening. That's his power. It's the bullshittery of that. It's hilarious. And it seems like the only one maybe it doesn't affect is maybe Yuki and Rimuru. Like, I'm just speculating. But, so yeah. my mom texted me. She's like, "Can I have some lunch?" Anyway, yes, I will feed the mother because they're starving and dying. Anyway, yeah. So that's basically just him in a nutshell. Is that dumb isekai trope where the OP protagonist just getting lucky, and they just made it into a whole ass character, and it's stupid. I love that they did it. It's stupid. But it's like, it's the fun stupid. They knew what they were doing. They were doing it on purpose. And, you know, because I've seen that character many times, I can enjoy the joke. So yeah. In other words, I enjoyed it. Another season of Slime. And I, you know, can't wait for whenever the fourth season comes out. I do want to go back and watch the movies eventually, but I'm not really a movie person. I don't really have the patience. I feel like it just takes too fucking long to get to anything interesting. So, like, anytime anything's like a movie length, I'm like, ugh, do I really want to? But I do like this shit enough that I do at least want to maybe try to watch it. And it seems, yeah, some stuff that does happen. Like, there are some characters from the teacher arc, and oh, I just forgot they were. I also watched the was it Corlius arc, whatever, where Rimuru has to go to a different country, and he's doing like something for Yuki, and yeah, I also watched that. You actually see the characters from that in the festival in the background. So that's actually kind of cool. And I do know that two characters from the movies also show up in the background. They don't do anything, they don't say anything, but they are shown in the background if you were paying attention, which I love that little thing. Those little details are fun. And yes, yeah, I would highly suggest watching this show and continuing it. If you have already seen some of it, you can see all of that on Crunchyroll. The OVAs, the movies, yada yada. Anyway, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, check out videos, and bye.